I'm Terry Murphy, the senior editor for Realty Times, Women in Business, Women in Real Estate, and in the Men's Room with Murph. And boy, we have a terrific guest today. His name is Reed Martin. He's been in real estate for about 14 years, has an interesting background that goes back to competitiveness when he was like 5, and that was in swimming. He is the team leader of RE/MAX First, which is on the, so you said it was Kentuckiana?
Yes, so we're out of the Louisville, Kentucky market. So when we were talking about both sides of the river, we refer to it as Kentuckiana.
Kentuckiana. You can tell that we don't. Okay. But here's the thing, got some good schooling. His parents were smart in economics and in business management. Swimming competitively for how many years?
I swam competitively for 16 years. So I started when I was 5, and then I actually got to swim for IU. So when I graduated at 21 was my last semester.
Yeah. So you helped Reed. You helped developers with shopping centers at Walmart supercenters. Really?
Yes. So when I first started in real estate, I started working with everybody I talked to because I wanted to do the commercial side of things in the beginning. Everybody said, well, it's going to take you, 9 months before you do your first transaction. So I knew I wanted to find somebody that had an inventory. So we had a local developer that I got in touch with. And what we did was we developed outlots or shopping centers in front of the Walmart supercenters. So you go into any of these small towns and there'll be a small shopping center or two in front of these Walmart supercenters. And that's what we specialize in. So we had them in Indiana, Kentucky, Illinois, and Ohio. So when I first started, that was my job, was to fill those.
So you were pretty much a superstar starter from the beginning, and now you have a team of how many with RE/MAX First?
There are 6 of us. So the team name is the Real Estate Group at RE/MAX First. So yeah, we've been very, very fortunate. We've got, so it's myself, my wife is actually on our team. She works as a buyer's agent. And we've got another buyer's agent, and that's relatively new. We've got 3 more that are looking to come on as soon as we get past this. We have a rock star admin that we've had. We had a few, one for a couple of years, but she just started in August, and man, she's just hit the ground running.
That is so good. Well, the reason I wanted to share your wisdom, experience, and creativeness on Realty Times is because now, the holidays, but you chose to do Christmas in July. And that has been a fascinating story. And I wish you would share that with everybody who's listening or viewing.
Sure. So as we were in the process of growing the team, we wanted to find a way that we could do a client appreciation event, show some love to our clients, but also tie in a way of giving back to the community. So most people know with RE/MAX, or most people in the real estate world that know RE/MAX know they have a relationship with the Children's Miracle Network with local hospitals helping sick kids. So we came up with the idea of Christmas in July, and we wanted to have a place where our clients could come and visit us, but then we also tied in donating toys to the Children's Hospital as part of it. So this year was our 3rd year doing this event. The first year we raised 36 toys that we got to take over to the Children's Hospital. So we were like, this is fantastic. Last year we raised 108 toys for the hospital. And then this year we raised 462 toys that we got to take over to the hospital.
462 kids got a toy because of your team.
Yeah.
Now that is impressive, and it makes your heart, move just a little bit. Question is, how did you go from 36 to 400? Did you get sponsors? Did you ask for donations? How did you do that?
So we did a couple of things. All of our touches to our clients, trying to get them to come to the event, was geared around like helping the kids. When we thought about it, when you come up to the holidays, especially coming up now, like you'll hear a lot of people talking about, doing some really nice donations and stuff to the different hospitals and helping out kids, in the time of need, the holiday spirit. But there's sick kids year round. So we wanted to do it to where we were able to provide for those kids that might not necessarily be in the hospitals at that point, or just, figure out a way to uplift them. So one of the things that we did is our first initial contact with our clients was we got these fun little pop buys. And so it's going to save the date for our event. And then we also bring out or mention that we've got a goal of raising 150 toys for the hospital. So that was kind of our first initial touch in June. Then what we did is everybody kind of we did that to our top 50, right? So our kind of closest group that are most likely to send us referrals. Then we send out invitations to our next group out. So our sphere of influence. So everybody in our team sphere of influence got an invitation talking about the event and what we were going to do. Once again, talking about the toys and that being part of it. As we got closer to the event, we started doing some social media marketing. Our marketing person put together like a 12 days of Christmas Facebook posts. And so we did lots of fun things with it. Some of that was talking about our sponsors. We actually had a sponsor sheet that we sent out to some of our vendors that we work really closely with, asking them to help us sponsor the events because, we wanted to have food trucks and some inflatables. And then we also have Santa come so that way kids can do pictures with Santa and that sort of thing. So they help us offset most of those expenses. We actually are very, very fortunate to have some great vendors. It actually costs us no money to put this event on because of our sponsors.
Well, you say that, but there's a lot of work that goes behind it. The maintenance of your database, the consistency, the higher value of it, the intention.
Oh, sure. And there was a lot of man hours put into it all put together and planning it out, and creating the event and where the location was going to be and coordinating everybody. So yes.
So, and you do that in July, and then at Christmas, is that when you deliver everything? Or
no, so we actually we normally do the event. We try to do it in the middle of July because of the 4th of July weekend. You get people out of town, so we want to do it when people are more likely to be here locally. And then we usually give people an extra couple of weeks after our event to bring back toys if they weren't able to, because we'll do videos during the event. We actually this year we implemented a fun little twist with a dunk tank.
So
what is for every toy that they brought in, they got to vote for one of the team members to get dunked in the dunk tank.
Okay, I'm glad you mentioned that, because if I knew there was water and dunking, I would show up. But knowing that I could make you swim, that sounds interesting to me. Okay.
Yes. So anybody whenever they checked into our event, we made sure we had all the appropriate contact information. We had a count of how many toys they brought in. And then we even had a wheel that they got to spin. And sometimes it was you got 5 extra tickets or 10 extra tickets, or you got double the tickets. And we had a gift basket of things that they could win. So sometimes they got extra votes into that. And then they got to choose who the votes went for. But prior to this, playing around with our social media we had the different members of our team create a video. And so the point of the video, or the way we did it was, you shouldn't vote for me, you should vote for this team member because.
Oh, so there was a mean girl element to this too. And so it had to be fun for the kids, because they don't care who gets dunked. They just want to see somebody get dunked, right?
Oh, well, see, I have two little girls. I've got a 9-year-old and a 5-year-old, and they love the idea of my wife, who's on our team as well, of having to get dunked, because they knew for me, like for my swimming background, they were like, oh, it won't be a problem for dad to get in.
But Mom,
now that would be fun.
I think that's grounds for separation or something. That's just awful. But you know what I really admire is that you've taken your brand and made it bigger than transactional. As John Ruhlin, who's one of our many interviews, who wrote the book Giftology, talks about it being going from transactional to relational. And that just sounds amazing. I mean, we know a lot of people do Toys for Tots, always good. But when you do something that's experiential, where people have fun and there's community and there's a higher purpose to it, there's just a great place in heaven for people like you. Now, do you do anything else along that line besides the Christmas in July that you'd like to share? I'm sure you do a pie event and everything else.
So we actually haven't done the pie event. We try to do a little bit more personal touches to some of our clients. The kind of couple of the big ones that we do is every year in October we hand deliver pumpkins, and they don't have to be the big pumpkins. In some years we've done where they do like a competition, so they can post them on our Facebook page, and like have the kids decorate the pumpkin, and we'll do a contest around it. We're kind of big on Christmas. So most people with little kids are familiar with the oh my gosh, I'm trying
Photos with Santa.
The elf on a shelf.
Oh, elf on a shelf.
So what
Okay.
we'll do in December is we'll post our little elf doing different things, but we ask people to post their ideas or what they've done that year. We'll do a drawing based on who has the best idea or that participated, but it also helps parents who might not necessarily be as creative come up with some other ideas.
So what I'm hearing, and I'm hoping that y'all get this, is that we have a large engagement strategy to making people feel valued and important and included. Would you agree?
Absolutely. And we're just trying to, any way that we can kind of give back, we try to make it a little bit easier for others, if we kind of use the wisdom of the crowd to play around with some of the ideas.
That just sounds like so much fun. Next year, I think I have to come just to see the dunking routine, and I'll come with lots of toys. Well, I want to thank you for joining us, Reed. What's the best way to reach you in case somebody wanted to have you speak or share on a Zoom call or an interview of another kind, or to send you referrals?
So the best way to reach out to me would be through email. My email is reed, REED, at reedestategroup.com. So we kind of have the play on words.
Yeah, well, we're going to be getting some of the graphics. If you've got any video on this, this would be fun to see. But not that we want to see somebody get all dunked, but it's just pretty fun for families. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you'll join us for another segment on Realty Times, Women in Business, Women in Real Estate in the Men's Room with Murph. We always like to have master coaches and coaches with Workman Success to join us with some great ideas across the country. I know it can help you in your business too. Thanks for joining us.